How's your spirit? Right now, I'm chilling outside the spot, minding my business. But I thought that it was time to talk to you about the manosphereans. Now that we're here, and you guys can hear me crystal clear. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. In the '90s, you've got the pickup artist. Okay, the pickup artist translate but keeps up or correlate. We'll wait. Okay. The pickup artist correlates to our Anne Rice uh, Carpenter theories of vampires, right? So the guy who first does these things looks a lot like them, and so that would be why a lot of their behaviors are vampiric in nature, okay? Keep up with me. Then you get some old men who jump in, and they're white, black men are into the pickup artistry a little bit, but most black men prefer to talk about having game, swag, style, pimp stuff, right? And so we get to 2020, COVID happens, and the Manosphereans all get together and realize, oh shit, we could learn something off the pimp game. So see me, I'm in the middle. I'm just a woman out here who is a mother of three dudes looking for men's content to help me make sure that I haven't been missing something I need to talk to my sons about. Boy, did that turn into, you know, a life saving thing, right? So anyway, hold on a second. Oh, okay, so stay with me. Um, I began watching the Kevin Samuels content. It's 2020. The algorithm for live streaming isn't really built out for demographics yet, so we're all looked in together, black YouTube and white YouTube. That's pretty much the two categories. And then as we all start doing things, it gets split out, right? So on. Because prior to that, YouTube was pretty much for finding things that you like to watch or DIY type ish. My channel is a DIY channel. I just happen to talk to you about DIY in your life back together after a lot of shit. Okay, so stay with me. I'm the mother of three men, a military wife, and so on and so forth. Former spouse, that is. That's how we get to the president. Because when he gets back into office this time, my divorce from my ex-husband immediately goes through, and well, the money stops is what I should say. The money stops. The divorce had taken place before that, but it was a lie because I didn't sign any paperwork. So there's that. All this time from 2020 to now, I've been live streaming or posting content about what it was like to be a military wife and mother and so on, and the things that are important to me. But at the beginning, because we were all live streaming, we were all a live streaming community. We communicated with one another, including white content to smaller spaces. 222 is quite big. Um, we came together, and we all wanted to build a kind of a live streaming network. Some of us, and so we tried conversating about it behind the scenes. We weren't trying to compete, not yet at least. And YouTube, you can't build your business off of another business. What you can do is use YouTube to market your business because that's what YouTube was built for, amongst other things. Okay? Then the black men step in. You get Kevin Samuels and the rest of them. That's what I'll say. The four horsemen over there. Then you get the four horsemen on Conversations with King. Well, I don't rock with Anton Daniels and the Glenn Cameron thing. So I'm over there in Conversations with King, coming to find out that they're all rats from prison. And I'm like, oh, well, this ain't gonna happen. So I go back to my own little channel after they expel me from Rat Kingdom. I'm like, thank Jesus. And I'm on my business. Never really um, concerning myself with those people's ambitions. And then I look up one day, and Anton Daniels, whom I know to be a financial fake guru, um, is on the news stumping for Trump. And I'm like, yeah, to the hell no. Time to start talking to the black people. They must have missed the memo, the message, or something, because they going right back down the same road that they were going down before. When we had already talked about this. Well, come to find out, it's not all black people, just the ones that he targeted for the most part, and the ones who think they can eat off of the country without putting anything into it. And they wanted to make that the case about me. But when you serve your country for 40 out of the 50 years that you've been on the fucking planet, bitch, can't tell me shit. And the president knows it, whether or not his men do. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say the president, unfortunately, has been what's the word? I don't want to say infiltrated. There's another word that's used in the military often. Compromised. The president's been compromised. Those men are too close and lack any type of awareness of what it is to be uh, security minded. You want to claim that I'm the head of something? It's going to be our human intelligence, uh, cybersecurity. Uh, that's because he forced me. Otherwise, I would be a third party entity working with my government to ensure that this never happens again. And how? Because I would never be inside of the government, but I can send somebody in to see how far you can get up in that bitch. A mole is a mole is a motherfucking mole. And if you look back and check out the video where Chef gets upset, it's because his auntie's got a mole. Or Auntie, me, JP, is a mole. The folks from Knowledge and Relationships called me auntie. I started to get around. I was like, I'm too young to be your auntie. We the same age or close to it. That's what they've been lying, saying that I'm a man, one, and two, transgender, or three, that I'm like in my 70s or below my age when I'm 50. I'm 50, but I look like I did when I was in my 30s. But they want to lie to you and tell you it's the opposite so that the minister can keep, profiting off of their lives. All the way up and down the chain. For clarity, a gentleman named Clarence. I was the one who promoted Brother Clarence. I was the one who was in his chat when it was completely fucking empty and nobody was there. I would chat bomb him like 5 or 10 questions, and then I had other content creators who were live streaming who had nobody in their chats either, and I would do the same thing, giving them encouragement. Each one teach one. YouTube saw that, and I was like, cool with it. They upped the numbers, I can't tell you why. And then I said, all right, cool beans. Each one teach 1,000. And then I started watching them finesse their way into YouTube success with bots and all the rest of it. Let me put it like this. What I saw was some other guys who otherwise didn't know how to communicate with me. And then they came on my channel and they learned how to communicate with me. If nobody, you see, and they took that to me. Well, that's how you communicate. But they were combative. I was a friendly combative. That helped them understand. Yet not only I understand men, that wasn't it. What did I miss? Because I'm the mother. I'm a woman. There are things that men see that I might not have seen. I could see the setup thing. What I couldn't see was possibly the jealousy, especially in men coming after me. Things like that, right? So we had conversations round and round. Where the better part of the first year, and then shit goes left out here because of the manosphere. Who do you want me to blame it on? Now that does that mean that all the chickens come home to roost? Yeah, that's not my fault. And someone did a better job of vetting the people who had these issues. You see, management. I'm good at it, exceptionally good at it. I'm thankful for it. Do I pat myself on the back sometimes? Hell yeah, because out here a lot of people won't. At the same time, I'm proud of those people. For those people, they surprise themselves. And whenever I speak about it, they get to pat themselves on the back and remember what they did. And that's morale. That's encouragement. That's understanding your team. That's how you get them to show up and do damn near anything as long as it's legal. If it's illegal, they'll discuss the ramifications. If it makes sense in the end, do you understand? Looking like we wanted to do anything other than protect our country was worth the risk because America is it. Everybody invested in America. Americans have to invest in it too. We can't keep expecting the men and women who already serve this country in uniform or the civilian services or their families to do that work for you. So that's how I feel. I'm still Janine Hill. I'm still running for president. Take care of that. I'll see you in the streams.